Hello, everyone. I have a major life update. I'm joining the Argument Institute next year. Technically, I'm already part of the Argument Institute. If you look on their website, you can like reserve office hours with me through the Argument Institute website, but I haven't been able to play a very serious role. There's three things that are changing next year. Number one, I'll no longer be in Taiwan. I'm moving. Taiwan has been great, but it also makes it difficult to work in a serious way with the Argument Institute and with other students in the US in general, because, it's like 12 hours time difference from EST. But that will no longer be the case next year because I'm moving not actually to the US, but to Ecuador. So I'm going to be living in Ecuador for a year next year. And that's pretty awesome. There's some really cool, interesting things about Ecuador. It's the most biodiverse country in the world, if you look at like each square foot. And it also has $300 round trip flights from the capital, Quito, to the Galapagos Islands, which I intend to make full use of. But one of the most interesting things that's relevant for this experience is that it's in the CST time zone, which is kind of perfect for remotely coaching people in America because it's like right in between PST and EST. The other interesting thing about Ecuador is that there's actually quite cheap flights, surprisingly, between Ecuador and a lot of different cities in the US, which means for the first time in a very long time, I will actually be back to in-person tournament coaching, which I'm super excited about. So, in lots of different weekends, I will be able to fly out and coach students in person at tournaments as long as they're part of the Argument Institute. So that's pretty awesome. The second big change that's happened is that the Argument Institute is growing and changing. So far, it has mostly been focused on LD, and the LD program is also growing and changing. They're adding a lot of new staff, which is super exciting, and they're expanding. But the most exciting thing is that we're finally actually expanding officially into public forum debate. And so we're spearheading that approach right now. So we're going to have like a full formal developed curriculum for PF for classes for anyone who signs up. And we're going to actually like be doing a lot of really, I think, cool stuff with the program to integrate more public forum learning and even hire some more PF specific staff as well for next year. So look forward to that expansion. I'm really excited to start announcing some of those new PF hires as well. The third big change is that I'm moving into more of a leadership position in the Argument Institute as well. So I'll be spearheading a lot of the growth in the public forum area specifically, which gives me a little bit more leeway and like creative freedom to apply that to the program as I see fit. For better or for worse, hopefully for the better. So I'm super excited to actually start lifting a lot of the projects that have been in my brain off the ground with the Argument Institute as a supporting force. So these are some really cool developments. The reason that I chose the Argument Institute in particular, there's lots of other coaching arrangements that I could have done, is because I just think it's the best. Specifically, there are a few reasons. The main one is that the Argument Institute's whole philosophy is pushing forward the meta. This is true in LD. They've been pushing forward the meta for a long time already, but it's going to be true in public forum as well. We don't just want to teach you how to copy the students who are doing the best. We want to teach you how to be those students the best that other people are copying and how to push for new innovations that are able to be competitive with the current norms in public forum instead of just always trying to catch up from behind. So I'm super excited to start bringing that philosophy into my coaching and through the Argument Institute, transfer those skills to more students as well. The second thing that's really interesting and unique about our approach in the Argument Institute is that we're actually going to be having a lot of integration between the LD side and the PF side. So, for example, if you are a PF student in the Argument Institute, it also means that you get access to all of the Dropbox folders for relevant things like Spark or the Politics DA or the K files or framework or theory arguments, which are really important positions to have as progressive arguments from places like LD and policy become much more common in PF. But we're not just going to it's not just sharing prep with you, right? We're also going to be intentional about teaching you how to use it, how to fully understand it, and specifically how to integrate it into public forum so that we're not just copying and pasting from other events like a lot of other students are doing right now. And instead, we find the most strategic ways to specifically apply them in the PF context to push forward the PF specific meta. That's something that I'm super excited about doing. And also, like, we're going to teach you how to beat them as well. So, we're going like 5 layers deeper on a lot of different potential arguments and topics that like camps are spending one lecture on. And I think that's going to be huge. Like that, I wish I had this kind of integrated development, integrated learning as I was a student in debate, because I think that it really allows you to teach, to learn a lot of lessons from lots of different formats and to specifically tailor them and integrate them into public forum debate specifically. So I'm super excited to be teaching at the Argument Institute next year. If you're interested, I will have a team of people behind me. We're going to reveal some of the PF hires in the coming weeks. But we're all mortals. We're all just a few people. So there's a limit to how many students we can take on. So if you do want to join us and get in on this action, you should start looking at it pretty early. I'll link the Argument Institute's website in the description of this video where you can find some different paths to joining us. And yeah, get in. I think it's going to be a fun ride. Um, Along those lines, I'm also going to start interviewing all of the existing Argument Institute coaches and all of the coaches that we start revealing as well as new hires on this channel. So look forward to that. And finally, just a channel update. The TOC Finals Round Analysis video is going to be out this weekend. So lots of exciting developments in my life, lots of exciting developments in this channel. So I look forward to um, next year becoming a new page for my debate coaching and hopefully a new page for all of you as students as well. See you later.